The whir of the chronometer was the soundtrack to my solitude. 3 a.m. I was drowning in circuitry, coffee, and frustration. The equations whirled on the board like frantic butterflies, refusing to land, offering no answers. Damn it, I muttered, leaning back, feeling the familiar ache in my shoulders. They thought I was a maverick, a loose cannon. Too ambitious, they said, risking everything for a fool's dream. My colleagues, bless their predictable hearts, were content with incrementally filing down the edges of established knowledge. Not me. I craved the shatter of new horizons, a glimpse beyond the curtain. Furman Harvey, the new intern, was assigned to me. Enthusiastic, bright eyes, a mind brimming with naive optimism. He'd babble on about unified fields, his theories as audacious as they were. Naive. "Professor Gottlieb," he'd ask, "did you ever consider—" And I'd cut him short. "Harvey, stick to the oscilloscope readings. Leave the theoretical concoctions to the armchair philosophers." He'd sigh, brow furrowed, not letting the dismissal deter him. Then, the anomaly. A flicker in the oscilloscope, a distortion of the light grid I was monitoring. It was almost imperceptible, a ripple in the still pond of space-time. But I saw it, an echo, a whisper of something else. Night after night, I returned to the experiment, fueled by an unsettling cocktail of fear and exhilaration. The anomaly reappeared, more pronounced, brighter. I began to manipulate it, nudging it, coaxing it, the sheer power of it both terrifying and exhilarating. It felt like holding the universe in a jar, its delicate fabric trembling at my fingertips. Furman, oblivious to the secret I was wrestling with, continued to pound away at his theories. His frustration was palpable, his dedication almost admirable. One day he burst through my door, clutching a crumpled paper. "Professor, look at this, it's—" He trailed off, his eyes widening as he saw the strange readings on my oscilloscope. Silence filled the room, broken only by the hum of the machinery. You found it too?" I breathed, my hand instinctively reaching for the switch to shut it all down. "Not exactly," he said, his eyes gleaming. "But your work, it aligns perfectly. We've unlocked something incredible together." His innocence was jarring, his faith in me a balm to the cynicism that had festered in my heart. For the first time, I saw the anomaly not just as a scientific phenomenon, but as a shared responsibility. We worked together, days bleeding into sleepless nights, chasing shadows and wrestling with the profound implications of our discovery. I saw a glimmer in Furman, not just the eagerness of youth, but the spark of genuine brilliance, slowly ignited by my shared knowledge. The scientific community, of course, was skeptical. They saw a leap too far, a theory ripped from science fiction. We felt the weight of their scrutiny, the cold doubt of their dismissive gazes, but we pressed on, united by our conviction and the promise of something truly extraordinary. One professor, Dr. Harris, sat at the back of the lecture hall, his face impassive. As we presented our data, he took notes, his brow furrowing, his eyes narrowed. But something shifted during Furman's closing, his quiet conviction, his infectious passion. Harris approached us after the lecture, his voice gruff but respectful. "You've opened a door, both magnificent and terrifying. I want to help you understand what it leads to." Just then, a jarring cold swept through the room. The lights flickered, and the world seemed to pause. A hush fell over the crowd as the fluorescent lights buzzed, then died, plunging the hall into darkness. Harris chuckled softly. It appears your work has attracted some interest.